Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Nasdaq and SPX price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. This is the daily close for Nasdaq and for SPX to see what happened and what it might happen next. Now currently we are still looking at this potential 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 toward the upside, where we see of course a wave 5, a very strong wave 5 finishing currently inside this blue box. And I'm looking if we have really finished it, and or we still looking for higher. Well, if you take a look here at this wave 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are very close to finish it, and yeah, preferably even to move decisively inside this blue box just to make sure. However, I'm starting to I'm looking here at this impulsive wave. I mean, it's a very aggressive leading diagonal, but what if this is a double 1 2, right? So just questioning 1 2 3 and then a 4 and a 5. So the answer for this question is a 1-to-1 fib level. Yeah, once you break this level at 22k, which, well, actually it is the all-time high here, right? So that might be of course the answer for the question. Basically it can of course, if hit, therefore this wave 5 is longer than wave 3, and that means that this might start to unfold a wave 3 toward the upside. However, again, I don't like it because we have 3 waves for a wave 1 as a zigzag, which is very weird. And if you take it as 1 2 3 4 and a 5, this is an expanding diagonal. Very rare case scenario that it happens. However, an expanding diagonal can be wave 1 for an impulse, but very rare case scenario. Yeah. So therefore I cannot, yeah, I mean like 1% that it can happen, yeah, that it works as an expanding diagonal. So basically the answer would be given here, definitely. However, I'm looking right now at this 1 2 3 4 5 still, and potentially a wave 2 will be still given. Yeah, so soon or later, yeah, so soon or later we will have of course a wave 2. I believe we are very close to the top now. The market is very positive right now, and of course still looking for higher. I'm gonna, of course, I would like to see this decisively finished, and then of course to re-estimate an ABC. If we get one more wave here, 4 and a 5, therefore, okay, something else is unfolding here, and transforming this to 1 2 3 4 and a 5. And once you get an impulse here, this also will be, by the way, an answer before getting even the 1-to-1 fib level. This is another answer, another hint here that you have an impulse. And what does it mean that you have an impulse here? It means that of course something else is unfolding, because you're having impulses here, and this of course can be transformed to an impulse somehow. Well, not really, yeah, because you have invalidations. This is a problem. This here is an impulse. Yes, it can be. Now, what if that you have another impulse here, but this wave is wave 1 2, therefore 1 2 1 2, and then 1 2 3 4 5, right? So this is scenarios that it might unfold, and then a bigger 1 2, right? And that means of course after a wave 3 potentially finish as 4 5, in case we get 4 5, you will have 4 5 4 5 and a big 4 5 toward the upside. Okay, because of the big 1 2 here. Yeah, so this is what I'm looking for as potential scenario, right? If in case the market just reverse to be very green and very bullish, and showing an impulse here, like it means once we move toward the downside, whether we move for a wave 2 or we move 4 5, right? If it turns back again toward the upside, therefore this is a wave 4 5, meaning okay, it's an impulse. Then you have to search after, of course, a 1 2 1 2 3, and then of course bigger 1 2 here, right? And then simply continuation toward the upside. There is no wave 2 anymore because your wave 2 are being there. Yeah, so very simple. Yeah, so this is what I'm looking for. Now, SPX, during the live stream intraday, today we saw, of course, that it's still very normal leading diagonal, right? even we did not reach yet the blue box, so preferably to reach it. But yeah, we're gonna check because this impulse looks a little bit weak right now. 1 2 3 4 5 almost given, or yeah, in case this one more leg will be given, that would be good. But don't forget, this will also start to be looking like an impulse. And if this is an impulse, well, yeah, that is also questionable, right? Um, and here you cannot call an impulse, again, invalidation, and this looks much more like ABC. So yeah, questionable. Is it 1 2 1 2 1 2? That's too much 1 2s, yeah, and then a bigger 1 2, right? However, onto that scenario, we need, of course, much more confirmations. Yeah, like we need 1-to-1 fib level taken. Yeah, meaning that wave 5 is longer than wave 3. Once this happens, of course, yeah, it might, of course, give us the signal. However, yeah, very tricky area. We might be, of course, finishing inside the blue zone. If overshooting the 1-to-1, yeah, we have to be careful. Yeah, it might be simply continuation for higher prices. Yeah. So anyway, we are still bullish like from the beginning. We never confirmed yet a wave 2, right? We did not confirm it yet. We were still looking each time for higher and higher, and each time showing us, okay, there is still more potential, and this is the idea behind this analysis, right? So currently we still have a potential for higher, guys. One more leg, and then we estimate again, would it be corrective 3 waves and looking for higher still? Okay, if that is the case, we have to start to lay down our labels as potential 1-2s here, right? So we're gonna find a way, of course, until that time. Basically, the overall situation is still very bullish, very green. I'm still looking for a little bit higher and then moving toward the downside for SPX and Nasdaq both. That was it for the Nasdaq and the SPX. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.